established in 1870, Fairfax County's Mount Vernon Magisterial District originally included the communities of Franconia, Gum Springs, Springfield, and Woodlawn.
Located in the historic village of Accotink, near the intersection of Backlick Road and Route 1, the two-room Accotink School was built around 1884. Prior to its construction, students attended school in a nearby church. Pictured here in 1907 is one of the Accotink School's classrooms. The school closed in 1923 and was sold 2 years later.
The Cameron School was located near the intersection of Wilton Road and Telegraph Road. It was built around 1892 on property sold by Elizabeth and Anne Froebel of Wilton Hill. Cameron replaced an earlier schoolhouse, once located farther north on Telegraph Road, that had been known variously as the Cameron School, Pullman School, and Valley School.
The Groveton School, located on Popkins Lane at Route 1, replaced an earlier building on the same site called the Kirby School that had burned down in March 1888. After the Groveton School closed in 1925, the building was sold and used as a church. In 1925, a two-room building, also called the Groveton School, opened on the opposite side of Route 1. It operated until the opening of Groveton Elementary School on Memorial Street in December 1933. Both of these buildings were demolished in the 1990s.
The Potters Hill community, once located near the intersection of Beulah Road and Telegraph Road, was home to two school buildings. The first was constructed around 1877 on land donated by Charles Potter. It was replaced in 1917 by the four-room schoolhouse pictured here. Former student Marjorie Tharp fondly recalled Halloween celebrations at the school when the children bobbed for apples in a wash tub. The new Potters Hill School was destroyed by fire in March 1934 and was not replaced.
The Springbank School was located on Quanda Road near its intersection with Route 1. The school was constructed around 1890 and educated children who lived in the historic black community of Springbank.
There could be 45 to 50 children in that building at one time. Sometimes, some years, there was 3 or 4 children in each row. Sometimes there were 4 or 5, especially as they got older. I remember the rows for the 5th, 6th, and 7th grade, it always seemed like there was more children over there.
I remember I had one teacher that had taught all the classes, and every once in a while, Fairfax used to send a bushel of apples down there, or bushel of oranges once in a while, for us, and had a pot-belly stove in there, and I understand that the students before me used to go out there and pick up wood and stuff to put in the heater to keep the building warm, just one big room,
But we had to walk maybe a little over a mile every day to school. It was ice, snow. We still had to walk down to Springbank. You had to bring your lunch every day. If you didn't bring your lunch, there was a store up the top of the hill we call App Store. And we would go up there during lunchtime at 12 o'clock, and most of us had a quarter. And we buy 5 cent worth of bologna and 5 cent worth of cheese and a box of crackers. If we had a soda bottle, we would be able to get a soda. And we come back to the school and we ate our lunch.
Springbank was the last one-room schoolhouse operated by Fairfax County Public Schools. After it closed in 1948, the students were bused to the Gum Springs School on Fordson Road. At that time, Gum Springs was a 4-room building. It had been constructed in 1939 using a Rosenwald building layout with funding from the federal government's Public Works Administration.
The Springfield School was a one-room schoolhouse located on Backlick Road. Alice Smith and her sister Virginia Smith taught there in the 1920s. Former pupil Lillian Javins wrote that the school had a well with a hand pump, a library, and a playground where children played baseball, marbles, and Farmer in the Dell.
Due to racial segregation in public education, there were 2 schools in the vicinity of Woodlawn Mansion, both named Woodlawn, one for white students and the other for black students. Pictured here is an artist's depiction of the Woodlawn School for white children as it appeared prior to 1937. Located on the south side of Route 1, the 2-room schoolhouse was replaced by the current Woodlawn Elementary School.
The Woodlawn School for Black Children was located on Woodlawn Road north of its intersection with Mears Road on land that is presently part of Fort Belvoir. It replaced an earlier school that had been established in the mid-1860s with assistance from the Freedmen's Bureau. Built around 1888, the second schoolhouse closed in 1941 during the expansion of Fort Belvoir, and its students were reassigned to the school at Gum Springs.
Follow Schools of Yesteryear as we continue to explore the history of the early public schools of Fairfax County.